Okay, so I did a little research on you, Georgette, and the numbers are pretty impressive. You have over 12,000 Twitter followers since you joined in 2009. You post over 100 times per week. You get an
I didn't even know that. How do you know that?
You know everything. You have over 27,000 Facebook fans and 59,000 Instagram fans, 3,436 followers on Pinterest, and 6 subscribers on YouTube.
6. That's the top number.
That's the top number. You've got a social authority of 60, and women from Virginia recognize you at coffee shops in Florence. So it's pretty obvious you are well established in the social media world. So basically, my first question: how would you define your social media strategy, and what are you trying to achieve?
Well, I would say that I'm a consultant by trade, a social media consultant, so there's that. I always have that in my mind. It's always, I treat, it's a passion project, the blog, but I treat it as if it's a client, in the sense that I'm always aware that people might be the first time that they've seen this content, so I try to share it in that way that's appealing to audiences of all backgrounds. My strategy is really essentially to post at least a new blog post once a week, to constantly share on social media, not only my own content, but also content that I respect that other people write. So I try to base myself in the community of bloggers in Italy in general. I get to know them personally. We help each other, and they're authorities too. I mean, I'm not the only one who knows anything about Florence. So, working together, really, when you work together, it benefits everyone. It's truly helpful. I mean, my strategy, I don't have a set strategy for the blog, if I'm honest. I treat it as my baby, and my clients are always going to be number one, because my work comes first and then that comes second.
So the blog really has no monetization aims?
I have some monetization. I do the occasional sponsored post, and I do have people that I mainly make money from it in the sense that people will contact me and want to hire me. People will see it, they'll hire me to write, for example, that's how I got my job at Italy Magazine. They saw the blog, they liked it, they hired me as a community manager, and now I'm the editor there. Or I get hired to contribute to magazines as their Florence kind of guide expert. So it's been really wonderful, because I see that just doing it organically. Keep in mind, I've never boosted a post or done anything for the blog. I've just been myself and tried to kind of, maybe post a few times on Facebook, once a time on Instagram. The stories are really important now, as you probably know, Instagram stories. People want the behind the scenes look. Instagram is so curated that the stories kind of let people into your more casual side.
You have a casual side?
I have too much. I think I'm only in the casual side. That's a problem. I'm not as Insta savvy as like the models that you see on.
So how much time do you devote to social media?
For my blog, I'm just me. Like, this is not a team of people, a girl in Florence. It's myself, my husband, who's got a normal job, and a beagle. So she can't help much other than be the diva that she is.
The beagle might be your best asset.
I'm starting to think so. What's been really important for me lately is Facebook Live videos. So live videos get a lot of traction because Facebook is trying to promote them, Instagram as well. I mean, Facebook owns Instagram, so there's that. But I noticed that people like to be there in the moment with you, and the great thing is you can replay it after too. So right now, I'm trying to work out whether I should invest more time doing Facebook videos or make videos separately. So I think I'm going to have to do a combination of both, but we'll see. 2018 is the year, so it's hard to know where to focus your energy.
If you go live, can you use the same content to make a video of that later?
No.
Okay.
No, not that one. You can embed it in your site. So if you're writing a post about something, you can include it in there. So that's helpful.
But it's the same. You can't do any editing.
Yeah, no, I don't. Not that I know of.
I'm all about post-production.
No, but that's important. Post-production is really, a lot of people don't. I mean, I make things with my iMovie, right?
I love iMovie.
Me too. So I did a video of the Christmas lights in December.
Yeah,
video. Yeah, but but actually, I will say this. I did the video with my camera, and then I just worked on it on iMovie, and then added the music and everything. So it was easy, but you know how it is. You look at it and I'm like, it's not that great. It's just what I can do. So, and luckily I get good reactions from people, so I'm encouraged to do more, but I'm still shy about putting a less than stellar product out there because it's easy with the photos and the posts and the writing, but not the videos.
You get a lot of engagement on your Instagram and Facebook. You respond, I imagine, to a lot of people.
Yes,
that takes a lot of time too, no?
It does. Yeah, that probably does take more time, but I do it when I have time. After lunch when you're like, I can't think. I mean, I can't be helpful to any clients or do anything properly. That's my time when I can kind of scroll down, respond to people. They have questions. In order to have engagement, you have to engage, right? That's the thing. A lot of Instagram models or people who are online, they just want to be seen. They want to be worshipped. I'm not about that because I'm not that special. It's like, let's have a conversation here.
Come on.
I don't know.
Let's work on the self-esteem.
I know, I need to. No, but it's, you know what I mean, right? It's like, I want people to feel comfortable, like I'm their friend. And keep in mind, there's sometimes people send asshole comments too, and I have no problem being like ban, delete. I don't give a. It's my baby, and I can decide what I want to do with that. But
so, what indicators do you care about?
What indicators are? For me, more about. Like for example, when I ask a question like, what should I be writing about 2018? That's really important for me to get proper feedback from my actual readership. And not just people who are visitors, but also people who live here or other bloggers. I ask them as well. I'm like, what do you think? I need feedback from our group of people that work together, as well as people who actually read the posts and share them. I also have several people that follow me quite a bit on every social network.
Stalkers?
No. In a good way. I call them like the super fans, and I really listen to them because, gosh, if they're going to take out time in their day to like look at my tweet, read something, or comment on Facebook, I pay attention to them. When they comment or they care, I get a lot of validation because I'm like, wow, that person actually is taking more time than the average person that just pops in, says some shit, and leaves.
So, what kind of content do you prefer creating?
I mean, writing blog posts will always be number one because that's where I started. I started in 2012, and it's always going to be like what I love to do the most, just writing content. I'm getting into the photos more. I used to take shitty photos, I'll be honest. I mean, my photos were crap before. If you look at my old blog posts, it's scary. I need to delete those photos and redo them. But I find it really fun to kind of capture Florence in hopefully a different way, and okay, we're looking at the same thing, but getting that different kind of angle or using the rule of thirds. So I basically bum a lot of secrets from photographer friends.
Going back to your posting strategy, do you use any tools, Hootsuite, Buffer? Do you have an editorial calendar?
So with my work, absolutely yes, right? My work, I have to. I don't have I have an editorial calendar on the blog as far as the posts I want to write in which months, but loose. What day I publish depends on largely how much time I have. I definitely use Hootsuite to schedule Twitter and Google Plus just for posts that I want people to see. Like today's Monday, I post always my post about Monday because I feel like it's useful, right? So I kind of do that regularly, but I mix that in with spontaneous posting because I don't think it's nice to see a robot. Yeah.
What about stats? How important are stats to you? You check out Twitter stats?
They used to be super important. When I first started the blog, I regularly combed my stats like a crazy animal. But in the beginning, I think it is important to be aware about, well, if you want to see this as something as, in my case, let's say a portfolio thing, I can't tell my clients and I can consult in this if I don't do well myself, right? I have to have the background. It was very good in the beginning, but I have to be honest with you, I don't look at it. I don't want it to color how I write because I think it changes. You get obsessed and then you become obsessed about posting keywords.
So you're not really concerned with the number of followers? Do you have any goals like that?
I think if I lost a lot, well, it's how it is.
Where's everyone going?
Yeah, but I think with like Instagram especially, which I think is a crazy one, where people get really worked up about why they don't get enough followers. I think it only hurts you. I think that when you start posting just for likes, and I'm only going to post Momo shots. Of course it's going to get tons of likes because guess what? People recognize that. They're going to like things that they recognize more than things that you think are cool, but they might not. I think, at least.
So did you grew organically?
I grew organically. I mean, of course I had a couple. So for example, when I was in Texas, I did a takeover for Condé Nast Traveler for their stories, right? So posting about Best of Florence. And that was a huge boost. So it might be one day you might get 300 followers. I didn't even know until a friend of mine told me, and they were like, oh, my friend thinks you bought followers because you had the 300 in a day. I was like, no, I just did Condé Nast But it's funny how people think that. I would never do that because I don't want fake followers.
Can you buy followers? I don't understand.
Apparently you can, but that's not my strategy.
They come in bulk or something.
Well, I'm scared. I mean, you know, if you have 1 million followers on any of these, you're not going to have time to respond to this people or have more of a meaningful interaction. So it's nice. I like being a micro influencer.
You see a lot of these people with 1 million followers, and on their posts they get like maybe 100 responses, which is tiny.
Well, there's two things I always think when I see that. They could have bought their followers, which means that's probably why they don't have enough engagement. And also what Facebook awards people now. You know, now it's harder to get the same amount of traction. I know this with Italy Magazine for sure. We don't get the same traction as we got 5 years ago of what's being shown in your feed because they want you to pay. You know, they want you to pay to play.
If someone follows you, do you automatically follow them back, or how do you?
I take a look and see if I want to, and then I decide. I can be bad about that, not because I don't want to, because I don't care about how many people I follow or anything, but just, you know, going through all the notifications can take quite a while. But I try to follow. If somebody is regularly commenting and cares, then of course, I'd be kind of rude not to. And also, I like to see their content. It's just when they start posting butt selfies is when I usually stop.
Do you use lists to manage your followers?
I do use lists on Twitter. I'll be honest, I don't look at them as much as I used to. But like, for example, I found it very helpful in the beginning, like having all people who write about Italy. So a lot of all the Italian Twitter accounts that I really follow. So that's cool. I have like my main, or if I have to go to an event or if I'm doing a blog tour, I might put all the people who are involved in the tour on the Twitter list so that I can see their content from time to time. It can be useful.
Do you have any advice, bloggers who are starting out today?
It can be tough. I mean, I think definitely the organic engagement people are going to get as a newbie are going to be a lot less than I think a lot of us that started out in the beginning, more in the beginning. I would say that always lead towards authenticity. You know, make sure that that's your real voice and you're not doing something just because you think it's going to get a lot of traction. Yes, you know, you should have a plan and maybe do a lot of research before, but follow people that you actually respect. See what it is you like about them and make a list about why you like that about them before you start. I think that helps a lot when you're kind of like trying to see how to start in the beginning. You know, definitely write a couple of draft posts. Look at it, leave it for a day, then come back to it because that can help. Because, you know, I mean, we all make errors and we go back in and we change later, but
how did you choose Girl in Florence? What was the inspiration behind that?
I guess this goes back to my low self-esteem because I didn't want to say Georgette Jupe because who the hell am I, you know? So the whole point is there's 1 million American girls in Florence and I'm just one of them. So that's hence the name was Girl in Florence. Yeah.
Okay, well thank you, Georgette. It was lovely talking to you and getting your feedback about blogging and Florence, and I'm sure it's going to be very useful to people coming here and starting out.
Grazie a te.